I want to bring in former Doug Ford campaign director Kory Teneycke. He's also the CEO of Rubicon Strategy from Toronto. And the RIT.ca's Eric Grenier is here with me in Ottawa. Hi to both of you. Appreciate you making the time. Kory, help us parse through. We've got these allegations, which you heard the party president say are very serious. Patrick Brown says, I was not afforded due process. Where does this land for you?
Well, I think everybody has a bit of a point in this one. Like, I think it would be wise on the part of the party to put all the allegations and all the information around this matter out in the public realm and let people make their own judgment. I have a lot of time and a lot of respect for Ian Brody and some of the others who are on the LEOC committee. They wouldn't be taking this action unless there was pretty compelling evidence. I believe that. But I also think in cases like this, it helps in keeping everyone happy who's supporting the candidate that's being thrown out. If you actually put the accusations out in the public realm, it's all going to come out anyway. A lot of it already has, or at least is being whispered about or alluded to by one side or the other, as we saw in the two preceding interviews. So why not just put it all out there and let everybody dig through it and discern whether or not this is the right course of action. I suspect if it was compelling enough to have LEOC vote the way they did, I think most people in the party would probably agree with that. I think LEOC's a pretty representative body, I trust their judgment on these things. But it would be in their interest, I think, and the party's interest to make it public.
Yeah, Eric, it's interesting because we were sort of talking earlier about in the break about how unprecedented this is, and Patrick Brown was saying, this has never happened before. It does feel like if the evidence they saw were provided to the public, there's less room for Patrick Brown to make the kind of accusations he's making right now, which are basically, these are other guys out to get me.
Yeah, what Kory said is exactly correct. They're not going to suddenly, everybody's going to stop talking about this story because this decision has been made. There is going to be more information. Patrick Brown is being given enough space that he can say what he wants to say, and there's not a lot that can right now be thrown up against him because it's just allegations without a lot of details. So I think that is a bit of a problem for the party because this isn't a story that's going to go away by the end of the week. This is something that's going to be sticking with the party for the rest of the leadership race, and it's going to have some big repercussions that we don't know just quite yet in terms of what's going to happen with after the result, whether people will be questioning the legitimacy of it, whether this does go to Elections Canada, and how long it'll take for us to get a result. Elections Canada doesn't work that quickly. It was no chance it would have been chance it would have been resolved by September 10th. So this just still leaves a lot of unanswered questions.
What does this do? And I should note that we're hearing from Patrick Brown's campaign co-chair that they're going to appeal it, et cetera, et cetera. Kory, like big picture, where this race is concerned, does this seal the deal for Pierre Poilievre? Was the deal already sealed? Is it still not sealed? What do you think?
I think his odds of winning have gone from 98% to 100. I think it was pretty. I think it was pretty sealed. When the membership numbers came in and the sales numbers came in, and I tend to believe the claims made by all the different candidates around that. I think Pierre probably started with the majority of the base supporting him, of the base existing membership, and sold about half the remaining memberships. So more than that. So I think if he did a moderately okay job of getting out his vote. And with Jenny Byrne running that campaign, I'll suggest it would be more than a moderately average job. I think it would be an excellent GOTV effort. I think it kind of puts it, the race very heavily weighted in his favor in terms of the odds. So I'm not sure. Like if I were Pierre's team, I would want to have all this stuff come out, because why have any question around what was likely to be an overwhelming victory anyway? Why not just have it fully out in the open? I've certainly been working the phone the last little while, and as I'm sure you have, Vassy, and others, there's no evidence that I've seen that this is coming from one camp or another. I think what it seems most likely is that this is an inside job by somebody on the Patrick Brown team, which is kind of icky in itself, but there's a lot of accusations swirling around and not a lot of evidence in the public realm.
Yeah. Can you, Eric, help us and our viewers who maybe are not as live and die by the Tory leadership race as we, the three of us, are. Break down for us like what we do know. It's been hard. There's not a lot to quantify everything, but we do know some things from the campaigns themselves about how many memberships they've sold. Like your thoughts on the likelihood of Poilievre winning and how this might affect that.
Yeah, I think his likelihood of winning, as Kory says, is better. I would never say 100% chance of anything. I know, you don't go that far. But anyway, I do think that Poilievre's chances have increased a lot because there are supposed to be 675,000 members that are voting. Poilievre is supposed to have signed up about 300,000. There was, I think, something around 140,000 or 150,000 pre-existing members. A lot of them were likely backing Poilievre. So already there, he has enough voters to win a first ballot victory. With Patrick Brown having signed up 150,000 members, a lot of those people will still vote. Not all of those people are going to just go home and not vote because their candidate was disqualified. A lot of them will still end up voting. Some of them might still vote for Patrick Brown. His name is still going to be on the ballot, and the party's going to have to deal with where those votes are going to go. And some of them will go to Jean Charest. But in all likelihood, the 150,000 people that Patrick Brown signed up are going to vote in smaller numbers than the people who are signed up by other campaigns. And that just means that the number that Poilievre has in his favor is still the same, but the number of people who will be voting is less. So his chances of just getting to 50% on that first ballot are now much better. The good news for Jean Charest is that now the chances that he'll finish second are a lot higher, but he might finish second on the first ballot and it's over anyway.
Yeah, I feel like the chances you'll finish second are probably not the thing that Jean Charest or anyone else wants to hear. Okay, I have to leave it there. Thank you both of you for your insights. I really appreciate it. Kory, Teneycke, and Eric Grenier. Hi, I'm Vassy Kapelos, host of Power in Politics. See more of our show by subscribing to the CBC News channel or click the link for another video.